Minister Sohi, what brought you here to Prince George for the BC Natural Resources Forum?
Well, we are here to make a presentation to the forum, as well as interact with indigenous community leaders, give support to some of the innovative, creative work that is being done here in Prince George and the area, to make sure that natural resources remain a source of well-paying middle-class jobs for Canadians, that we are developing them in a sustainable way, that we are developing them in a responsible way with full participation of indigenous communities, so they can also succeed and reap the benefit of economic opportunities that natural resources sector provides to Canadians.
Absolutely. So, talking with delegates here at the event, it seems like everybody has LNG on their minds here. What are your feelings about LNG and kind of the opportunities that it presents for BC, but all of Canada?
Well, as you would know, that LNG Canada's decision to invest $40 billion into to the LNG project in Kitimat is one of the single largest private sector investment in Canadian history. We are very proud to support that project. There are a number of other projects that are in the planning. I think this is a win-win situation for everyone. It creates local jobs here in Canada. It allows us to export our natural gas that allows countries in Asia to get off coal, right? So it helps them reduce their environmental footprint and greenhouse gas emissions. And we are, I think, in a position to be a source of energy for the world that allows them to meet their energy need, at the same time move toward a sustainable world, particularly reducing greenhouse gas emissions.
Absolutely. I mean, you must have a massive portfolio, a lot on your plate. What would you say are some of the biggest challenges facing you at this point in time?
I think, as we all know, there are the development of natural resources, our oil and gas sector, forestry, mining, and building a related infrastructure to take them to global markets are always somewhat controversial. So my challenge is to how do we bring Canadians together? How do we build consensus and make sure that we are depoliticizing and depolarizing some of the very polarized debate around pipelines, around resource development? Because at the end of the day, we can do it. I think I believe that we can develop our natural resources in a responsible way, look after the environment, look after the concerns from the communities related to water, fish, and other issues that communities may have, and that's what it's a challenge. But I also see it as an opportunity because the more consensus we can build, the more the culture we can create of us working together, we will be successful in moving forward on making sure that natural resources remain a source of well-paying middle-class jobs for decades to come.
Excellent. And if this event is any proof, there's lots of conversation happening, so that can only help, I would
Absolutely.
imagine.
I had a chance to talk with industry folks. I had a chance to meet with my government official counterparts from British Columbia. I had the chance to interact with indigenous leaders. I think we all have a shared goal that an economy and the environment can go hand in hand, that we can build a stronger middle class, that we can create good, well-paying middle-class jobs, but we can also protect our environment. We can leave a future for our generations that is clean, that air is clean, water is clean, and our land is protected, and that we are actually moving forward in a more of a cohesive, coordinated way to achieve all those goals.
Excellent. So for those who aren't able to be here inside the event today and listen to your keynote, what would be your message to the public, Canadians, when it comes to natural resources right now?
My message would be that in Canada, We have the expertise, we have the know-how to develop our resources in a responsible, sustainable way. And we have been doing that, that we can be a supplier to the world of energy that is much needed. And they need to look at our mining sector, the mineral sector, that is so much critical for us to shift toward more cleaner, greener economy. The windmills we want to build, the solar panels that we want to build, the new technology, the batteries, the storage capacity related to solar that we want to build is not possible without having a vibrant mineral sector, right? And I think that's the story we need to tell to the world.
Absolutely. We're trying to share some of that from the event. Excellent. Minister Sohi, is there any other thoughts or items that you'd like to share with us?
I would say as a country we work better when we work together, right? When we make sure that all of us pulling together to meet our shared objective of building a stronger country. Canada is one of the best places to live in. We are one of the best places to live in because of abundance of natural resources that we have been able to use to create the prosperity that Canadians enjoy, the quality of life that is offered and afforded to Canadians is because of that. But we also have our biggest natural resources, our people, right? And the investments that we make in our communities and our people is something that we should all be proud of.
Absolutely. Excellent. I guess last thing, just when it comes to having First Nations involvement in natural resource projects, how have you seen that shift over time, and what are you hoping for looking into the future?
I think that one thing we need to acknowledge is that like other Canadians, Indigenous communities have very diverse views about resource development, and we need to respect those views, and we need to accept those views, and we need to work with all of them to making sure that we are listening to their concerns, that we are providing opportunities for them to actually participate in the prosperity and opportunities that are created by large scale infrastructure projects that allow us to expand our global market. And we need to continue to work with them, listen to their concerns, listen to their voices, and actually learn from the knowledge that they bring to the table in order for us to develop our resources sustainably. Because Indigenous communities have been so close to natural resources that they've been relying on natural resources for hundreds of years in Canada. So why would we not tap into that knowledge?